This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Yeah, like 90% of this movie, yeah, we need viewer discretion. I got some clips for this thing. Hopefully it doesn't like crap out or YouTube doesn't ban us or something. But yeah, it was I gotta say, we were talking backstage for a little bit. What's up, Cash? How's it going, man?
What's up, man?
What's up?
You got the same look I got when I watched this movie. I was gonna say it's one of those movies like you don't. I didn't know about it. No one's spoken to me about this. It's like one of those movies you gotta watch for yourself to understand.
Yeah. I mean, I went looking for it, and it's so good. I guess nobody's streaming it.
It's on YouTube, man. That's where I found it.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube. Then it was brain dead, so I had to go make sure I was watching the right movie. But yeah.
What are your initial thoughts, Cash, on this one?
This furthers my opinion that Piggy's a vampire.
Yeah. His humor or his dark side is like, I don't know, it's questionable now, man, after this one.
Yeah.
By the way, this was his movie pick, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you for putting that out. Yeah. We've been wanting to try to do movie reviews together and like getting that, done. And we put it in our little group chat saying like, hey, what movie should we get? Or what movie should we do? And Piggy, without hesitation, was like, let's do this one, man. And I was like, cool. I've never seen this one before. There should have been more of an argument there, but here we are, man. And the guy that chose the movie's not even here, man. Come on.
Yeah, I found it and I watched like the first 10 minutes of it, and I don't think I went back to it for a couple days.
Yeah. I thought I got the wrong movie. I was like, I thought it was supposed to be a zombie movie. Like, what's up with these?
Eventually.
So today we're going to review the movie called Dead Alive. It was called something else too, right? Blood or Brain Dead or something?
Well, it was made, I think, in New Zealand. So I think in New Zealand it was Brain Dead. But
yeah.
For America, it was Dead Alive.
So,
and Peter Jackson directed this.
Peter Jackson, the guy that made Lord of the Rings, directed this thing.
Yeah, just thank God it wasn't 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's insane, man. So, Dead or Alive, made in 1992, rated R, an hour and 44 minutes. I will not get back in my life. But 1992. I thought this was like an older movie, a way older movie, but 1992 doesn't sound too far.
It's based, I think, in the 50s. Is what it came off as?
Yeah,
based in the 50s. But yeah, after going through Candyman, it's like Candyman was made in 92, and this movie looks like it's 20 years older than that.
Yeah, way older. But what we usually do with these things is like I usually put like a spoiler thing. I don't think no spoilers needed for this thing. Spoilers ahead. But yeah, man, like we were saying, the director of this one is Peter Jackson. And if you guys don't know who Peter Jackson is this guy right here. The guy that created, or not created, but directed the movie Lord of the Rings. Disappointed in this guy. Like, I thought he came from better places, To
that fucking baby, man. I can't. I thought Twilight was bad enough, vampires having a baby, but no, I guess 2 zombies can have a baby too.
This baby. Yeah, but Cash, you got anything to say on the director? And do you expect this to be Peter Jackson or?
No. I mean, when I saw that, I just said, because if for Jesus, man, I am like so lost for words. So, for us horror watchers, like you'll see like directors' names, and usually it's like B-list movies or even like C and D movies, but it's like their earlier work, just trying to take any project to get their feet running. But this was this one cut the cake, man. I did not expect to see this name. I'm like, I expected better from you.
Yeah, man. Like this was.
I don't know. You got to start somewhere, I guess.
I don't know what to say, man. Yeah. All right, man. So we're gonna get through the director and actors, and first one is Timothy Balmain. I haven't seen him in any other movie other than this one, but his name in the movie was called Lionel, and I thought this was like him as an actor. It was too goofy. Like in the serious parts, he was pretty serious, but then it was like I don't know if it was believable. After I had to get past that hump, and I was like, all right, like that's what goes on. And the part where one of my favorite parts is when he gets the lawnmower. The lawnmower scene where he's killing everybody. Here, I got that clip right here, by the way. Just in case you guys haven't seen it, here it is right here. Yeah.
I mean, it's about one of the best parts of the movie, though.
Oh yeah, it just starts freaking cutting up body parts. Like I thought that was actually pretty good, man. Like the way they freaking did that, all those scenes of like body parts coming off like that, I thought that was pretty good.
I'm not a fan of zombie movies, but most of the time, if you get the blood in your mouth or your eyes, doesn't it turn you? I mean,
See, I thought if you guys remember the beginning, they were on like a date at the zoo or something, and the rat monkey it had got a little bit of blood on her like foot. So I kind of thought that was where it was gonna take the turn from before this guy's mom actually got bit. So I thought that was gonna be the start of it, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was started with the mom, really, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I got a clip of the mom right here. Curb stomps that fool right there.
oh, the rat monkey. God, you should have heard my wife screaming, "Oh, this is how COVID started."
Wow. That's not.
Well, at least that's what they told us.
Wow. Do you guys remember the beginning of the movie? Like the very beginning of the movie where they're on that island? I got a clip of that too.
Oh yeah, down that rock slide thing.
Yeah.
You've got the bite. There's some Dettol on the cheap. Oh jeez, no! No! What are you doing?
I had to cut it off right there.
Dude, I thought it was going to be like Walking Dead, where like if you get bit on the arm, they just cut your arm off and you can still live. But they're like hand, arm, leg.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how it was, but they just kept finding wounds. Now we gotta chop this one off.
yeah.
Oh no, now we gotta chop that one off, and then it
Okay.
was finally his head. So
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that beginning, and that's when I'm like, how come this? How come?
So I'm trying to understand like the movie. So they have a disease that's like centralized on this island, or like literally just on this island full of like I guess people, villagers, whatever, and then just the
Yeah, it was like
rackets.
an island of indigenous people, and remember they like sold it or something
Mhm.
they sold it to a guy, like the villager people.
Oh yeah. Just give him
yeah.
some cash. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I feel like I watched like 3 movies in the first 20 minutes. Like at first it was like this in like island weird movie, and then it's like this love movie, and then it's like this I don't know 1980s horror rat monster thing. Like it was like so much going on in the first 20 minutes. There's parts where I didn't even know if I was watching the right movie, to be honest. I was
Oh,
just
me
like,
too.
am
I was
watching the
double
right-
checking. That's why I was like, oh man, I probably got the wrong movie. Let me go double check.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, so I'm gonna go through the characters really quick. This was kind of when he kept saying Paquita, Paquita. It's like, man, this movie is. I don't know. I guess because like it was made in New Zealand, like their accents didn't make sense to me, and like the way they kept pronouncing her name and everything, I was like, this throw me off, man. And the amount of blood she had all over her face when she was killing the other zombies, I was like, she has to be contaminated, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I was saying, like everybody at the end, like the uncle, her, they all had like just covered in the shit. That's what I was saying. Like it's in their mouth, it's in their eyes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, the director himself just showed up.
Hey, my apologies, fellas. I couldn't.
Oh man, this was rough.
I couldn't get the lid to my coffin open in time.
You know what's crazy? I caught this fool. I'll be damned if I gotta talk about this movie. I'll be damned.
So y'all can't tell me that it was not gore galore, like blood from the beginning to the end, mad laughs and mad scenes that you were not expecting.
I mean, it was laughable, but I don't know.
Yeah. Man, if you ever watch this, how can I say this? In an altered state,
I'll probably do that.
you will have the time of your existence, man.
I guess I was pretty like what the fuck, but until the preacher was so funny.
See, the preacher, his abusive mother, man, the dog, the baby.
I gotta show this clip real quick. We got some people. Slifer, check this out.
Evil is amongst us. Stay back, boy. This calls for divine intervention. I kick ass for the Lord.
Stay back, boy.
See?
Oh my god.
You know, you rewinded that scene at least like 9 times to watch him like bust
I'd
out
be
that
honest.
song.
I did not rewind any of this movie.
I kept checking to see if I was watching the same movie, like Cash was saying earlier. I was like, is this the right movie? Oh man.
Hey, look, I wanted to give us something where we would have a good time, where you would definitely laugh, and where you could see some blood and some guts. Like, you can't tell me when she ate the dog. You know what I mean? When
the mom? Yeah, she ate the whole.
Yeah. And even Gotham had to admit that the end scene with the mom when she showed up to the house. Yeah, see.
I mean, I'm probably going to have to suffer through this another time because, I mean, just be talking about it. I think the wife wants to watch it now.
See. Admit, man. There's a scene. I don't know if we should be getting into it, but where they have a party. His like sleazy uncle throws a party in the house. He's blackmailing the rest of the family, and the mom shows up to the party, and the mom is literally, not even figuratively, literally big as a house, and they have a pretty big size house, and just the fact that she tried to put him back in her womb, man, like it's not.
She did.
She did. Yeah, she didn't try. She did. She put him back in her womb. Not to mention, this is Peter Jackson, man. All you Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, I'll say fans or aficionados, you got to watch everything Peter Jackson, and this gave him his start. This gave them the confidence to say, "Go with this man."
Go with this man. Let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah, for the Hobbit and for the Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
So there's one more scene when she turns into a beast where I was like, all right, are they going Godzilla mode on this thing? Because I like.
You don't scare me, Mum. All my life, you told me nothing but lies. That stuff.
Like having a whole conversation with the whole beast. I was like, what's going on, man? Like, Then she speaks to him, and I was like,
Yeah. She like said, "Don't talk back to your mother" or something like that. But yeah, man, the from the rat monkey biting, not even biting the mom, biting the people on the expedition when it starts, all the way up to the baby. Man, what other horror movie have you saw zombies? What's the word I'm looking for? I'll say juicing. The zombies were juicing in the dining room.
oh yeah, that was.
Coitus.
Oh, look, Cab says, "Glad to see you give this movie love. One of my all-time favorites."
Thank you. Give this man a prize. Give this man a prize. Yeah, I gotta send Cab something.
Cab, this is Piggy's pick, by the way.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
Oh, so look, go back one scene, like the dude laying on the ground with his intestines out. Yeah. Okay, so you can't tell me that you were not shocked when his intestines got up and kind of developed
Oh yeah, that was him, right? Yeah.
yeah. His intestines got up, developed a personality of his own, and was doing his own thing at the party, man. You can't tell me, like, no, what other horror movie gives you that? Zombie juicing.
The Thing, maybe.
No.
Did any zombies juice in the thing?
Juice.
No.
They
Not
didn't
like
have-
this movie.
yeah, and they definitely didn't procreate like the nurse and the priest did.
But
That's the best part. A nurse and a priest zombie are the babies that like parents. You don't get any better.
Oh, Cap. So he says it's tough to find this movie online or on film. It also goes by the title "Brain Dead," depending where in the world you are. So this one we found online, right, on YouTube. Like it was on.
that's where I
That's
found
where
it because I went looking for it, and like nobody streaming this. I was trying to rent it on Amazon. It was unavailable. So yeah, I found it on YouTube.
I'm looking now because I think that's what I'm gonna send Cap. I'm gonna send him if he still has like a Blu-ray or a DVD player. I'll send him the DVD where he can watch it on physical media.
Cap, congrats, man. That's I don't know about congrats, but that's good.
Dude, I'm not even trying to be funny. I thought you said Cash, not Cab. I'm like, bro, I am okay.
I appreciate the gift.
Okay, but hold on, Cash. Now I gotta mention something that, like, one time we were talking about horror movies, and you told me that you like, what is it, 30 Days a Night, and that's the most boring movie you will ever watch. Nothing happens. At least you get
serious?
blood and guts. It was boring.
Dude, you
30
don't
Days
remember that
Late. Oh,
classic
man, that-
line
it was boring.
when the guy's like,
please don't pick that next.
he's like, he prays to God, and he's like, no God.
That's a good movie. I like that movie. That movie, but I haven't seen that in a while.
I'm with Gotham Cenobites. Let's please not pick that one next. Yeah,
Look
I'm
at
gonna
this
send
thing.
him. Yeah, I found it. I'm gonna send it to him. I'll get your
It's way in the back. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's way in the back, huh?
It is. That's the worst part.
All right, man. So this part was funny because the uncle, I thought he was gonna die off like the first one to die off, but this guy like literally just gets like an axe and some like weird ass knife, and he just starts chopping these zombies up. Like there's this scene where he literally just does this, and he's just chopping them up. I was like, man.
See, you enjoyed it, man.
I was definitely watching to see what else was crazy was gonna happen. That's what I was going.
I enjoyed the second half, but I mean, it was a slow build. Once this party happened, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Even like when the mom was trying to join that little like elite social club, and they came over. They came over for dinner, and her like the mom had already been bitten by the little rat dog or whatever it is, and
Rat monkey, bro.
Rat monkey. Thank you. I'm thinking about the thing on Martin that they were fighting on Chilligan's Island. That's why I said rat dog. But yeah, the rat monkey, after he bit the mom and she started turning, she's trying to get into like the this like elite social club. They come over. She's literally dying, and she's still trying to host the dinner. They're eating pudding. Her ear falls into the pudding. She eats her ear. Blood is squirting. This is the scene here. Blood is squirting from her face into the pudding, and like this greedy dude from the entry committee, he's looking at the whole thing, and he's still sitting there trying to like eat more pudding and finish his dessert and stuff like that. Man, you don't get better than this.
I was expecting something to come from that. Like the dude ate the shit and then never saw him again.
Like he should have turned, right? Maybe he showed up at that party, man.
Is it so in IMDb? This is considered a comedy movie. Like, would you guys say this is a comedy movie?
Yeah, it's definitely like Army of Darkness. Like as soon as I said that to the wife, it's like Army of Darkness. She's like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's that subgenre of horror comedy. So, yeah, man, I love it. Like I said, if you ever watch it and you're kind of in any type of altered state, you get a whole experience from this movie. You definitely rewind it about 100 times, down to the scene like when they were trying to embalm her and get her ready for her funeral, and like she, yeah, that's part of when they were trying to get her ready, and they kept having to pump the embalming fluid in her. Her eyes were bulging out, and man, she burst out at her own. she burst out at her own funeral, man, and like accosts her son, and it was insane, man. And that's what jumps it off to where like you just see the dead rising everywhere, get to the best scene of the movie. The second best scene of the movie where the priest is fighting the zombies, and he tells him
it's like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that this guy might actually make it with it.
I know, me too. Like,
right.
He does make it though. Like he becomes a zombie and he has like sex with a nurse and he has like a baby in the same freaking day. I was like, what is going on?
There's one thing to note though, man. If there's real zombies, get you some tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Kept stopping all of them, and I was like, man, this is.
Says I'm fighting in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just 30 minutes where like he's like they're not trying to kill him, and like he's having like dinner with the fucking zombies.
He's feeding them and everything. Yeah. I was like,
he couldn't. Should I get like an overview since we're telling our best scenes, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so just a synopsis. They're over in Australia digging, and they encounter these rat monkeys, and they're trying to bring them back. They're in like this tribal area. The rat monkeys attacks them on the voyage back. They were trying to throw around permits to the natives, saying like, I'm gonna skip over that. So they brought the rat monkey back. They put him in a zoo, and the main character of the movie, he's like a mama's boy. His mom's controlling him. His mom's the real evil one of the movie, like even surpassing the zombies and stuff. He tries to date behind his mom's back, and they go to the zoo. So his mom's following him around to the zoo, and that's when the rat monkey bites the mom. So from there, people are getting infected, and the main character, he can't bear to part with his mom, so he's trying to keep her alive by giving her tranquilizer. And then the same goes to the priest, to pretty much everybody else that's in his surroundings. They're getting infected, and he's giving them tranquilizers to try and calm them down. The priest and his mom's nurse, after his mom eats his girlfriend's dog, the priest and his mom's nurse, they're both dead. They're both zombies, and they juice, and they have a baby. Same day,
like within hours.
Yeah, within hours. like they juice us. That's the baby. He reminds you of like if you guys remember the Garbage Pail Kids. He's got
There's a scene though where he's got the baby in the stroller and he's taking it out like it's a normal day. He's banging the damn baby up against the pole and shit.
Punching in the face.
He had barbed wire over the top of the bassinet or the stroller so the baby couldn't get. So yeah, like the same day that the parents juice is the same day that the baby comes, and he's like running around walking. Like all of this is in the same day. So his uncle, he has a real sleazy uncle that's like the second villain before you even get to the zombies. And he finds out that, he's real sleazy. and that's the uncle. He finds out that his nephew is keeping these zombies alive in the basement, so he blackmails him to get like all of his inheritance. He throws a big party at the house while the zombies are downstairs, and they end up getting out. Everyone gets infected, and the main character finally has to stand up to his mom. So he's fighting all the zombies, and the weapon of choice, like Ash has his
Chainsaw.
has his chainsaw.
Boomstick.
Yeah, this dude has a lawnmower. So he's, so he's fighting the zombies, the intestines, everything.
He kind of looks like Ash right there.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
does.
thought it
He
was.
looks
Yeah.
a lot like Ash right there. Yep. This is the main scene at the party where it like all culminates. The zombies show up, and he kills them or he's battling them with the lawnmower until finally it's time for him to face his mother. Little bit of backtrack. He decided that he needed to kill the zombies, so he thought he was giving them like an overdose of poison, but it was almost like a super grow formula. So, so his mom shows up, kind of like when they're done fighting the baby and the intestines and the zombies, and she's like literally huge. She's the size of the mansion, and she's decided that I guess they're gonna start their mother-son journey again, and she puts him back in the womb. So, so he finally he escapes with like this magical amulet that his girlfriend's grandmother gave them to protect themselves by cutting himself out. He basically cesarean sectioned himself out of his mom. They fall in like a giant ocean of whatever amniotic fluid or something like that, and then he finally defeats his mother. So that's pretty much the synopsis of it. But the reason I chose this movie is because I wanted something that if the guys are relaxed, chilling, maybe in an altered state, they could have a good laugh and be entertained and get a whole lot of blood. And if you like gore, that's the thing. If you like gore, it's definitely like a lot of gross blood, bodily fluids, intestines, pretty much anything and everything you'll get in this movie. Evil overprotective mom, sleazy uncle. But the main story was like the dude had to finally become his own man, stand up to his mom, break the umbilical cord literally, and then like be a man for his girlfriend. So that's pretty much the synopsis. And like even here, that's blood all over the stairs, all over them. It's definitely gory. So I'll pause. Go ahead.
Piggy,
Yes.
how many times have you seen this movie?
Yeah, you know this
Probably.
movie.
Probably at least 20 times.
Oh,
At
wow.
Between 1992 and maybe
Lord.
2018, I probably watched it about 25 times, including like twice in the theater.
Oh wow.
In
Yeah,
the
dude.
theater. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this was in theaters.
You know,
Peter
this
Jackson.
movie is
It's actually a cult classic. It
Just
literally
like
is.
this goes to theater and Hellraiser doesn't.
right. This movie is something else, man. I knew it wasn't right when the mom, he's like taking the bandages off and he's trying to like put some peroxide on it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm all right. Don't call the nurse. Leave me alone." And then like the
It's
woman's
bubbling.
lead comes down. Yeah, it's bubbling and pussing out. And then the woman's lead comes down. And she's like, "Give me my dress." And he freaking put some like gorilla glue
On her face.
and
Yeah.
he's like, "Stop moving or it'll be a cricket."
Yeah, man. That's the thing. Like, is those moments where you're either cracking up or you're like, "What in the hell am I watching?" But it's definitely it's definitely
I
entertaining.
just remember another scene. Dude, remember? Hey, Piggy, remember this? When she's at the lunch table
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he's looking at her like he just stares at his mom and she's at the table like
Oh,
and she
yeah,
can't get her
yeah.
hands full anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing. She was like squirting blood all over the pudding. Body parts were falling off. She was eating her own body parts, and the people are just sitting there. Like the one lady from the league, she's just sitting there staring. The token gentleman from the league, he's just sitting there like he's just eating the pudding. He don't care what's going on. He's just there to eat. Um, it was amazing, man. Like that scene when he took that baby to the park, and like he was trying to have like a day out with the baby, man. Even though the baby was a zombie, he's there with the other parents and their children, man. Yeah, like that's the baby at the park, just running around, trying to eat people. The baby was eating rats out the basement, man.
How long is the transition? Because at that luncheon thing, you know, she's like, "Thank you." Like she starts to not be able to speak anymore. Because it seems like for her it took, I don't know what, 2 days or something before she's kind of like no longer fully human. But then with the priest, like you said, like you know, they did the do, and like next thing you know, there's this baby. You know,
I think because she got bit by the rat monkey, but the priest got bit by another human that was infected. So maybe it had already mutated into the humans.
Are we trying to make sense of this whole movie?
See, that's the best part. You got to sit there and dissect it. Like, wait a minute, what happened? So yeah, I think once it mutates, it's quicker from human to human than it was from the rat monkey to the humans. Yeah. I mean, it was great because like even the Latina girl that he was in love with, she was persistent, trying to come over, trying to still kick it with him, and he's like trying to protect her, shoo her away because he's got all these zombies living in his basement that he's having meals with and tranquilizing, and she's like barging in, being insistent, and that's how her dog ended up getting eaten by his
dogs.
His mom ate her dog, man. Her dog's like this big, like German Shepherd type of police dog, and she like swallowed him whole, and she kind of regurgitated him semi whole as well. So, yeah, man, this movie has it has a lot. Whether you're into body parts and pus squirting everywhere, bloodbaths, battling intestines, zombie juicing, zombie births. Dogs being eaten whole.
The movie is an hour and 44 minutes. So you guys got it's on YouTube. So it's on YouTube. You guys get a chance.
Yeah, if you don't find it under Dead Alive, it's definitely under Brain Dead. I think that's the New Zealand title because they marketed this, and I think they got their funding and recorded a portion of it in New Zealand. So they titled it Brain Dead, but when it hit the States and everywhere else, they entitled it Dead Alive. I don't know what the big difference would be or how that would make major difference in the marketing, but yeah, they retitled it. But believe it or not, this movie, it has a huge cult following. It does. That's the nurse. That's the baby mama. Yeah.
Cab's asking, Piggy, tell me you have some love for Cabin Fever too.
The original, but not the remake that they did a couple years ago. But I like the first one that I think might be from like 99, 2000, something like that. And then they remade it again in like 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. I like the original one. I didn't see the purpose for the newer one because it was almost verbatim. I think it was verbatim, line for line, word for word, the exact same movie with just different actors. And that didn't make sense to me. And it wasn't like one was like recorded in 1945 and they wanted to redo it for modern times. It was just like maybe 20 years ago, and they
had just did one in 2015.
Yeah, they had like a whole like part 2, part 3, something like that, and then they decided to just remake the original, and it
was called Cabin Fever Patient Zero or something like that.
I think I've seen the trailers of that thing. I haven't seen that one.
So I'll watch them all, like FearNet, Shudder, any horror movies that hit, like even Tubi, Netflix. If it's around, I'll give it a watch. I have probably saw every horror movie known to man, from the bargain basement budget to the like most expensive ones to the cult classics. If it's horror, I have definitely watched it.
Dang. Okay. Well, we usually review like the actors, the director, and everything else. But so I think we covered most of it. I usually do a score and final thoughts on this one. So I'll go first.
Be kind.
I know. That's what
No, I can take it. No, go rip it apart.
I'll give it a C just because the beginning, like the first two acts, like I was like, this is going too slow. It's too goofy. But then it brings it back with all the gore. Like when I was like, damn, like that actually happened. And when he got the freaking lawnmower and the body parts started falling off, I was like, damn, this is getting crazy. And then when that uncle started chopping everyone off, I was like, this is kind of dumb. But then at the same time, you're like, dang, he's killing everybody too at the same time. Something that definitely knocked it down is like when they had the baby. I was like, man, the baby doesn't make sense. But see, I would definitely like check it out once if you get a chance. It's free. It's on YouTube, so check it out. I would have never, ever picked this movie up if Piggy and the guys didn't recommend it, to be honest. This, I thought it was, what's that movie with the other guy? Dead Evil or Dead...
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. I thought it was this movie. Like, I thought it was like, did I get it wrong? But no,
Ash
like,
Williams, baby.
it looks exactly like Ash right there, man. So yeah, I give it a C. I still think you guys should check it out. It's free, so there's no hurt on that. But Gotham Cenobites, what about you, man?
I would probably say the same. I mean, it definitely starts really, really slow. And I mean, like the thing we didn't even mention is that this chick just is like obsessed with him because of some bullshit tarot reading that with her grandma. So it's like, I love this guy because she told me I should. And she's like obsessed with him. I mean, it's
doesn't even know the guy.
I know it's just that the acting is very cheesy. But I mean, it's once you get to the party, I mean, it picks up. I mean, I probably would rate it the same. I mean, it's hilarious at times.
Yeah, definitely. KashDaGemini, what about you, man?
I think I'm gonna go with the C as well because I love older flicks. I like that time setting that they're in, just to kind of see like the old trucks and the buildings and stuff. So I like that. I thought the actors did what they were supposed to do. They played the characters and the roles that they were supposed to. Had just enough cheesiness with enough of I guess you could say seriousness. The storyline itself was great once it picked up. I feel like what we got in the first 20 minutes really could have been told in maybe 8 minutes. It was kind of like a little bit of extra fluff in there that we really didn't need. But once it does get rolling, like pretty much from the time they have that little woman's league meeting dinner thing, from there beyond, it pretty much started kind of rolling on a nice steady pace where but not at one point did I ever turn it, like look away, kind of like I wanted to stop, because you kind of wanted to just see, okay, well, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? So overall, a C.
Awesome.
Piggy, this is your 22nd time you watched this, so
Did you even watch it for this, or did you just went off memory?
Yeah.
No, I kind of skimmed through it before we came on tonight just to make sure I wasn't going to forget anything. And then maybe about 10 minutes of doing that, I was like, what am I doing? I can probably write this thing out verbatim with my eyes closed.
You got the synopsis perfect, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So backdrop, like I always talk about nostalgia when we're talking about other things. My uncle, who is a huge horror fan, I mean, like every horror ever made from like silent films, kind of got me started on this. That's who took me to see this, or I went with him for the first time. Like, you got to check this movie out. So just seeing the blood splatter everywhere, the comedy. I love to laugh, and I love the like watching a horror movie where there's just like blood and guts and just gore galore in it. And this kind of gave me both of them. So I really like it for the nostalgia factor and for the laughs and for the gore. But my favorite scene of the whole movie where I just crack up every time. If I'm ever in a bad mood, if I see that scene where the priest comes out and he starting with "I kick ass for the Lord," fighting those zombies in the cemetery, that priest was effing those zombies up, man. That was the best part of the entire movie. I remember seeing that for the first time, like, what in the am I watching? And how can I see this again? So it's definitely I have to give it an A. But I just want to add before I finish, what's amazing about this and why I picked this is because I definitely wanted to see you guys' input on it so I can maybe appreciate it from a perspective that I'm not used to after seeing it so many times. And from hearing like 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 Terry's part where he's like this chick is doing all of this because her grandma gave her a tarot reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
from hearing Cash saying like, man, I love the old buildings and the old cars, and because that was something that I really dig the first time I saw it, and after seeing it so much, I kind of lost sight of that. So it kind of refreshed me, like, man, there is that it's a lot of that, like right here in this scene. That down to your perspective, Casual, where you're like, man, it was a slow start, but it picked up at the party, and you loving the lawnmower scene like me, and loving when the uncle like just goes to work on the zombies. So I really appreciate the different perspectives. So now when I watch it again, I'll be looking out for the things that you three gentlemen mentioned. So
Well,
appreciate you guys.
yeah, definitely, man. Like, I'm glad we got this movie out of the. No kidding. No, I'm glad we got to watch this movie. We got to talk. I would have never guessed. Again, the guy that directed Lord of the Rings directed this movie. I was like, no way. I double checked, triple checked, and then come to find out it's him. But
Well,
Piggy,
again,
man.
I mean, at least this movie wasn't 4 hours long.
Yeah, so true.
See?
I still haven't even seen his King Kong.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh wow.
That's why you got the 20 minutes Cash at the beginning that could have been 8 minutes because it's Peter Jackson. So it was probably 35 minutes and they made him cut it down to 20.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, so CCCA, so it's not too bad. It's free. Go check it out. But Figure Calm brings up a good question. What's the next movie recommendation? So that's what we usually try to do. What movie is next? What do you guys want to watch next? Do you guys want to keep it at a horror stuff? I'm cool with keeping it horror, man.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I thought that's what
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I remembered correctly.
I mean, I've actually what Cab suggested. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that movie.
Which one?
When Evil Lurks on Shudder.
Oh yeah, I saw the previews. It looks pretty good.
Is that new or is that like
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Lurks in? Is that what is that the movie When Evil Lurks?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay. Let's see. It's streamed. Oh crap, man! That's insane. So this is on, just in case anyone's interested. It says it's available on AMC Plus, Amazon Prime. So that
Yeah,
cool
I
with you
got that.
guys?
Yeah, I got Prime.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, man. So we'll make that happen. This is May 2023. Oh, that's crazy. When Evil Lurks. Next movie.
Cool.
Sweet, man.
Last thing I want to say before we get out of here, you're not a real Lord of the Rings fan if you don't watch this movie.
Well,
you gotta support Jackson, man.
I kind of want to meet up with him and ask him, like, what happened here? You should have this right from your record.
Like, that's my masterpiece. That's where the magic started.
I mean, did he do anything before this movie?
This was honestly my first exposure to him.
I'll double check real quick. But Peter Jackson, what would be his movie? There's a word for it, isn't there? Movie list?
Or it should be on IMDb.
Discography or videography or something like that? Filmography. Yeah, so he did Bad Taste, he did Lord of the Rings.
Bad Taste, yeah.
Mortal Engines. And he has a lot of movies. See all. 1992, Valley of the Stereos, Meet the Phoebes, Bad Taste, The Valley, Forgotten Silver. Oh, he did The Frighteners. The Frighteners is a great movie.
See? It's
Yeah.
impeccable record all the way through. Gotham, that's why as soon as we get off, your wife's going to be ready. Like, let's watch this movie.
All right, man. Badass. Can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts. Okay. Cab, if you want to join too, man, let us know. I wouldn't mind to extend the invite. But yeah.
This trailer is pretty wicked for this next one.
It reminds me of something else where it's like you don't see the evil, but it jumps from person to person.
Yeah.
The freaking images look crazy. I look Google Images. It look freaking. I don't know. It's 2023, so it's a new movie. So we get to see something updated. See if it
kind of
holds up.
reminds me of that 2015 to 2020-ish range of horror is what I'm getting from here. Should be good.
Two come to mind. There's one called It Follows, where it was like
It Follows, yeah,
like the STI, and
it's like a S, yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys remember, one of the Friday the 13th didn't actually have Jason himself.
Yeah,
person to person to person. So it kind of reminds me. It puts me in vein of those.
Yeah.
But It Follows was a real deep movie, man. I was like, what the?
I know. Having relations can make ghosts come. That is crazy.
Or zombies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to tell you with this baby in this movie.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna end it real quick, and then we'll follow up. You guys want to pick a day right now, or you guys want to pick it another day? Like we'll bring it up on the chat. What day works best?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys want to do that?
Sure.
All right, you guys. Thanks again for checking it out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks, everyone.
Jumbo, evil is amongst us. Stay back, boy. This calls for divine intervention. I kick ass for the Lord.